Hello everyone, this is Favorite Bob back to another video, and today we're going to be looking at the Transformers Go Jinbu or Jinbu. It's Jinb, so I'm just going to call him Jetfire because why not? So, before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below which the video or just like to see in the video. So on to the figure himself. Here we have him in his very nice looking jet mode. Looks really good. Very, sleek, slender. Even this kind of just flows with the figure. So, yeah, not too bad. Let's take a quick look at the details. Get the nice black paint, kind of all throughout the figure. And typically, when black goes on yellow, the yellow shows through. But they did a really good job. Takara knows their paints very well, so. And unfortunately for vehicle mode, this is all the paint that you're going to see, because as we go further down, you get some hollowness right there, which, sucks, but what can you do? These are, the bottom of the combined mode feet, spoiler alert, but not too bad. And it is a little bit hollow for the jet, you get some hollowness there, definitely some hollowness there. So, yeah, not a good sign for a jet, but hey, I'm not a jet expert, so, And yes, the combined mode fists do form the thrusters, so at least they're more hidden than on Inferno. So, yeah. Now, he does have one landing gear, this poor, lonely landing gear. The rest is just made up of parts that stick down, so he does not roll. Now, if it does serve your purpose, the wings can move up and down. Same thing with the back fins as well. All four of them, including these back here. So there is that. And as far as his accessories, he comes with his giant katana that is made of that stupidly bendy plastic. Honestly, I would love for someone to 3D print these and all that to give them more solid weapons. But I don't have a 3D printer, and yeah. But he also comes with the Kabuto thing folded up, so. But at least get some nice black paint right there. Some gold does bleed through, so it looks pretty good. And to store all this, you want to take the katana with the sight thingamabobber facing up, and you're going to be utilizing the space between these two pieces right here on either side, and it's going to clip onto this gray bit right there. So make sure that the sword is facing towards the back of the jet. And then you're going to do one of two things with this. If you want to, you can fold up the landing gear and plug this in right underneath. Give it a nice twist and wiggle, and you can do that. It does make the jet kind of swoop up a little bit, but it is storage. Or what you can do is get this unplugged, utilizing these two pegs on either side, going into those two ports right there. And get this plugged in, get that plugged in. There you go. There you have him with his weapon storage. And yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, no matter which way you put this Kabuto, it's ridiculous. So, but anyways, as far as size comparisons go, here we have G2 Sideswipe. So this is a pretty big jet. Like, all these figures are pretty big. Granted, Sideswipe almost weighs more than the jet by itself. Now, with all this stuff, this jet definitely weighs more. But, yeah. Anyways. And here we have him with his buddy Inferno. And yes, I know that's not the name of the guy. I can't pronounce the Japanese name of this. So, Inferno. But yeah, the team is looking good. Cannot wait to review Prowl. I'm calling Prowl. So, yeah, then we'll do the full-on combination video. So, but anyways, as far as jet mode goes, looks really good. The black on it looks fantastic. So, yeah. Now, we're going to go into all three of his combined modes and then robot mode. So, let's get started. So, first things first, you're going to go ahead and remove the Kabuto thingamabobber, set that off to the side. You're going to set this katana off to the side. And let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with the legs and work our way up. Unlike Inferno where we did it top down, I'm just trying to figure out which way is the best to go with these guys. So, but anyways, just go ahead and take these fins, fold them down, fold down, nope, down. Then take these feet right here, fold them all the way back, and unpeg the toe from the wings. Flip this back, rotate the toe 180. Next, you're going to rotate it right up here, 180. Do the same thing for this side. So get this unplugged, bring this down, rotate the toe, rotate at the kind of thigh knee part, and go ahead and bring down at the hips. But before that, I'm going to raise on up. So get this up. There we go. All right, so you're going to go ahead. Oh, and before you bring it down, you want to fold in the landing gear. Okay, so bring this down, bring that down, and then go ahead and bring down the cockpit section. You're going to take the arms, you're going to split them, you're going to swing them out, fold them up on that elbow joint, and then just kind of rotate down at the shoulder. You can rotate it back at the bicep if you so choose. Just depends on how you want it looking. You can have it like this if you choose. So I'm going to do it the instructional way. So there's that. Then you're going to take the wings. You're going to bring it down one thud on this hinge and bring it up. And then you're just going to bring down the wing. Do the same thing for this side. So bring that down and get that down. And there you go. There you have the feet all done. And honestly, pretty decent. You know, looks really good. Yeah, it makes a solid pair of pants. So now we will go over all the articulation in the finale video. So now just give me 1 second to get him back into his jet form, and we'll go into the mid section of the combiner. So I'll be right back. All right, here we have him back in his jet form, and going into the mid torso section is stupid easy. All you're going to do is take these fins right back here and fold them up this time. Then untab the feet from back here and just fold them all the way back until they soft click into place. Then you're going to rotate them around at this joint right here. Next, you're going to fold it up at this joint and connect this peg going into that slot right in there. So fold it up, get that one click in, and it will slide right on in. So get this up and get that in. Make sure you fold up the landing gear. And there you go. That is all she wrote for right now, because once you get Prowl and Inferno connected, you're going to fold this piece down and it will, you know, do its own thing, along with plugging in the wings. So for right now, this is what you're left with. So not too shabby. Looks decent enough for, an earthquake. Not really. For a mid-torso section. So give me 1 more second and I will get him back to his jet form and we'll go into the upper torso mode. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, here we have him back in his jet form. So we're going to go into the upper torso now. To get started, really it's a lot easier to go from robot to upper torso, but this is how I chose to do it. So go ahead and untab the feet and just bring them back for right now. Then you're going to take the cockpit section, fold up the landing gear. Oh, real quick, before you do that, take the head, bring it up, rotate it 180, and then just kind of bring it back at a slight angle. Then take the cockpit now, bring it down, and then kind of bring it up. To further secure the cockpit in place, you're going to take the wings, fold them up on that double hinge, and what's going to happen here is you're going to line up this tab with that port right there. So just get that lined up and tab it in. Do the same thing for this side, get that tabbed in. Then you're going to take the, bring back the legs real quick. So just get them out of the way, untab the arms, and you're just going to bring them down on that elbow joint and tab them in on each other. Then just take them, rotate them 180, and just kind of, you'll fiddle with them a little bit. But that's kind of basically their resting home is just floating right there. Take the legs, bring them out, and then you're going to bring it down at this joint right where my ring finger is. So bring this down, then rotate so everything is oriented properly. Then you can just rotate the fin however you'd like. So I'm going to fold it down, flip up the foot section to the back of the arm. It doesn't really lock into place. Fold that down. Make sure that the fist is forward. And do the same thing for this side. So bring it down, rotate, bring up. Flip this forward, flip that forward. Make sure the fist is forward as well. And we need to raise up a little bit because he is kind of growing. And more or less, there is your torso mode. Now, if we wanted to complete the look, if I can get him to stand upright, we would bring in the Kabuto, go ahead and unfurl it all, and there is the head sculpt. So let's take a quick look at it real quick. Focus, thank you. Yeah, looks decent, I guess. Get some nice yellow, get some silver, some gold, some blue. Looks decent enough. But anyways, this is going to clip in. So this is going to go over the head and clip into these ports right there. And down here is where it would also connect to the other bots. So get this slide on, tab that on, and there is the completed look. And I mean, it's not the worst thing possible. Definitely room for improvement, don't get me wrong, but not the worst thing. So, but anyways, so I'm going to get him back in his jet mode once again. I know y'all are probably tired of hearing me say that at this point, but jet mode one more time, so I'll be right back. Alright, so last time in jet mode, so to get him into his robot mode, you're just going to take the sections right here, flip them down 90 degrees, give or take, untab these sections right here. You're going to bring down the legs, rotate them around, and also make sure that you flip these up. So I'm going to flip this one back, flip this one back. So we do back and back. I have that going the wrong way. There we go. Rotate this around as well. Go ahead and split the legs one click out, and you'll see why in a minute. You also want to bring out the these fist as heel spurs, so do the same thing for that side. There we go. And then we need to raise on up. Okay. Next, you're going to take this entire section and bring it down, and the legs are going to clip in, so you got a port on either side going into that bar right there. So get this lined up and tab it in, line it up and tab it in, and there we go. So next, untab the arms, get these straighten out, untab the arms and bring them out, rotate at the shoulder 90 degrees, bring them down, and then rotate at the bicep so everything is oriented properly. Bring up the head, rotate at 180, and you can either bring down the wings at this joint or this joint, just depending on how you want things. So I'm going to do the furthest joint. So there's the difference in the wings. So there we go. And there we go. There we have Jetfire in his robot mode. And it's a little bit unstable, not going to lie, but not too bad of a robot mode. Clean transformation, all things considering. So, yeah. Let's take a quick look at the face sculpt. Focus. Thank you. And that is one interesting face sculpt, not gonna lie. But you get the nice silver for the face, blue for the eyes. So not too bad. You do get some new detailing exposed. You get the nice paint right here. Other than that, it's pretty much everything we have seen in his robot mode. And I forgot to give him his knee joint, so not too bad. Now, as far as articulation, the head is on a swivel mushroom peg, so you get the full 360. You just got to work around some molded detailing up here and his connection points. But you do get the full 360. He can look up, technically, thanks to his transformation, but then you lose access to head rotation, and it also looks just weird. Arms, they do get a butterfly joint, can do a full 360. They move out that far, unfortunately. You get a bicep rotation, the 180 elbow bend, and my camera's going to die on me. You think, ugh. Anyways, legs move forward that far, back that far, Thankfully, this joint is on a rotation, so if you wanted to, you can just rotate it, so that way you can get out basically a full splits. It just looks really odd. So there's that. But you do also get a proper knee joint for the full 90. And the feet, thanks to this section, can move down, can't really move up, and the heels do move back to help support any posing, and the feet move up and down as well. So overall, pretty decent of a figure. So, and also he can hold his weaponry just fine. So we're going to plug in the sword and give him his Kabuto. And before I so rudely interrupted, you can have him hold his Kabuto weapon, or if you don't want him holding either, we're just going to unplug this real quick. You can store this on his back utilizing this peg right here. So you can get that at a slight angle if you so choose, or you can take it and plug it in onto the Kabuto weapon itself. So get this plugged in, and then this will somehow attach to his back, but the instructions aren't super clear. Oh, that's because of the wings, so these actually do have to come down if you so choose. And then this will just plug into these ports right here. So, okay, so now the instructions are making sense. I have them kind of off screen here, just so that way I make sure I get everything right. So. But there you go. There is storage if you so choose. I'm going to have him hold his weapons, so just get this oriented back to how it should be. So get that out and this back in his hand, and we'll do some size comparisons. So getting this plugged in under here because why not undersling it? All right. So for a real quick size comparison, here we have G2 Sideswipe, so you can see that these figures are definitely no slouches when it comes to size. And here we have him with Inferno. Now, I did miss some things with Inferno, so I'm going to cover that real quick. Now, his outward hip articulation, you get like maybe 2 clicks at most, really mostly just 1, just due to this being in the way. And one step of the transformation I did forget is you gotta lift up his front bumper section. You flip out this red piece right here. So flip that out. And then just bring this back down. And now he is complete. So that's how he should look. So, but anyways, yeah, as far as their sizes go, I do like how there is a size difference between these figures. And everything reminds me of like the Magic Square Combaticons or the MMC ones as well, where there's some size difference, but the combiners are basically about the same size. So, yeah. So, overall, Jinbu, Jetfire, whoever you want to call this guy, is, again, just an okay figure. I would love for someone to 3D print these weapons into more solid weapons. But, yeah, then, out of the 3, he is definitely the more straightforward one. There's not a whole lot of steps to kind of memorize with him, especially like going into that torso mode. Just take the legs, fold them up, you're good. But that's more or less all of them, kind of, except for the leaders. But anyways, so yeah, he is okay. So that's, again, pretty much the entire line is they're just okay. So, but I think that is about it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more video reviews.